Hi Pisces, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit the subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, if you would like to, before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week, you'll have to forgive the light. Unfortunately, the lighting here in the UK is so bad right now that literally with it off, it's so dark on the camera. For your key to the week, you have the Hierophant card, right? So this is really, in a lot of ways, this is about you becoming or being recognized as an expert in some way, shape or form. I think in the corporate world, they call them SMEs, subject matter experts. This could be a week where you are getting the nod from the boss. Maybe you're getting a tap on the shoulder. Maybe you are being recognized for something that you have done, for something that you've put out into the world. For a lot of you, this could be you driving something forward where you become the authority, where you become the go-to person, where you are setting yourself up or establishing yourself as the, not even the governing body, but certainly somebody that is one of the go-to people in your chosen field, whether this is that you're employed by a company or that you are employed by yourself. The other thing with the Hierophant card, remember this very often represents where you are taking or going through the process of initiation. So you're being welcomed to the next level or going up a step in some respect. And because it represents society, the world, or the status quo, this could be where you are, you know, it's something like you becoming a household name, or something where you are gaining some sort of big recognition, or you are working alongside, you know, a legal or a very official kind of governing body in some respect. For your actions and options this week, my apologies, you have the Four of Swords. So this is a week where you're taking it easy, right? So take your time with it. You've got all the time that you need. Now, I will say this: if there is an offer that is presented to you this week, don't just snap and bite at it. This is a week where you really want to take your time to consider what's being offered. You really want to take your time to consider if the numbers are right, if they actually speak to you. Like, is the workload or the expectation that is being placed on you, is it worth the rewards, the recompense, or the results that you're getting from it? This is where you need to weigh up. Okay, so I'm being asked for this, I'm, you know, being asked to deliver this. Is, you know, is the reward or the result that I'm getting from that, is it going to be in my best interest as well? Like, no matter what it is, I think this is a week for you to think about it. Your actions and options is about what you do. Four of Swords, take a break, take a rest, move at a pace. This is not a week or a time where you should rush anything. Take your time, okay? For your communications and conversations, you have the Seven of Cups. If you are offered something by a boss this week, take it into, you know, this is that week to kind of play it coy. This is that week to just kind of say, you know what, I'll take it under advisement. I'll take it as a, what's the word? You know, I'll take it into consideration. This is the word to, this is the week to use those words. And the reason I say this, remember, Mercury is still retrograde, won't be out of retrograde or shadow until well into the week after this week that I'm reading for. So you really want to think about that. The other part of this is the Seven of Cups can sometimes be that the information that you're getting is not above board, or it's not very clear. The Seven of Cups and the Seven of Swords have a lot in common. It's just that the Seven of Cups is more about confusion, or sometimes being asked, maybe there's too much on the plate, you know, in order for you to really enjoy what it is that you're doing. So if the workload increases this week, this is a time for you to just take your time, especially with whatever's offered. Take the accolades, take the, you know, well done, look at you, good for you, yay, yay, yay. But if there's an offer or something that's put on the table, just take your time to consider what's being offered. For your money and materials, you have the Knight of Pentacles. Love this, right? Love it. This is great. It's absolutely brilliant. What I like about this for you as well, this kind of suggests that your long-term financial future, that your long-term financial goals are starting to become clear. They're starting to really shape up. It's like you can finally see how these things are going to happen for you, how these things are going to really sit with you effectively, which I really, really like. It's like, I get this sense as well with the Knight of Pentacles. One thing, especially because it's there off the back of your Seven of Cups, this could be a week where something to do with your car needs to be looked at. Maybe it needs to go and get a service. Maybe it needs to have, you know, something tuned up on it. It's just something, be aware with the car that this week you might be on foot. That's one way that all of this combination could play out. The other part is when it comes to your home and environment, it looks like you're spending time away from home this week. You know, there's some sort of travel or commute that's coming up. And it's very likely to do with work, interestingly enough. For your physical health and vitality, this is a week to look after your knees especially, and you know, your bones and all of the rest of it. If you're feeling a bit tender, if something's feeling a bit out of place or a bit tight or whatever, this is a week for you to take rest. Okay, this is a week for that. It also looks like as well, some of you could be interacting with a doctor or a medical professional, or maybe even a corporate professional in some respect. For your love and relations, you have the Queen of Wands. For those of you that are single, this is a week where you could be getting a lot of interest. You could be getting a lot of, hey, sexy, let's meet up, and all the rest of it. There's a lot of flirtation, there's a lot of fun, there's a lot of banter to be had. I'm going to be honest though, with these cards, there's nothing here solid or concrete. If someone promises the world, promises the earth, and seems too good to be true, the chances are they probably are. You've got the Seven of Cups above this Queen of Wands, which kind of suggests that you're going to have to set a boundary with someone. So if you're single and you're chatting to, you know, one person or several people, it's important very early this week, if you're meeting someone or you're connecting with somebody over the airways, establish very, very early, I'm not looking for a fling, I'm looking for something more serious. And you'll see it will be instant this week. The people that really aren't on that train or on that vibe will just be like, oh, you know what, I'm not even going to pretend. Like, okay, cool, thank you for being honest, and you'll go your separate ways. Those firm set boundaries this week are going to be vital for your own happiness and your own future. For those of you that are partnered or in relationships, your Queen of Wands kind of suggests that you guys, when it comes to your sex life, when it comes to sensuality, all of those things, there's like a little bit of confusion there. Maybe the intimate life has taken a bit of a dip. Maybe it's slowed down. Maybe it's not moving as fast or as spicy or as exciting as it used to. This is a week where you can try to open up a dialogue with it. I just don't feel like the energy is that strong for it. And you might end up getting into a bit of a forceful with it. I mean, you know, at best, it could be great makeup sex. You know, at worst, it could be complete crossed wires where you both kind of end up in separate corners sulking about, you know. Just something for you to consider that, you know, there might be some challenges to the relationship this week, I'm sorry to say. The other thing that I want to say to you as well, this is not a week to judge your couple by somebody else's couple. This is not a week for you to judge your relationship by somebody else's. And if you're single, this is not a week to look at your friends and think, oh, you know what, maybe I should be doing what they're doing. This is not a time for you to be thinking about doing what everyone else is doing. It's a time to remain authentic. All right, with that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.